It's your girl Donna J, and welcome to Elevate with Donna J. Of course, I'm the host, and I am so glad to see you guys in the house today. We have an exciting show again. Oh boy, can I tell you how excited I am to have this man come back and be with us? Oh man, it was phenomenal. When he was on 2 weeks ago, we had such an outpouring of people who wanted to know and more about his story. So we're going to do a deep dive into his story further so that we can learn more about Mr. William Tank Black. That's right, he's back again. He's back, and he's going to tell you all about, well, give you tips and keys as to how you can move on, how he moved on, and you can move on too. So let's talk to him in just a few minutes. But I do want to tell you guys, first of all, this is Thanksgiving week, and I want to thank you. I want to thank you guys for being with us this year. We've done about 40 shows this year, and this show today will be our last show for this season. Oh, I know you're sad. I'm sad too. But I'm so glad that you were here with us to experience all of it. And this year has been quite a year for me. And first of all, I guess first and foremost, my mom passed this year, earlier in May, and she was always the go-getter and always a staunch supporter of Elevate. And I'm so sad, that she's not here to see more of this. But she was here and she's passed, so I'm going to say she's watching from heaven. My daughter got engaged. My daughter Jenna got engaged, and she also had a brand new baby Miles. So we're excited about that. My niece got engaged, and she's home. My niece Melanie, who I talk about, she's home from South Korea, and she's in Panama City, Florida, as we speak, and she'll be coming up for Thanksgiving. And one main thing is that we started Elevate in January. And wow, we're going through to the last show today. So I'm so excited that we have Tank Black on today so that we can go out with a bang for this year. But keep watching especially on YouTube. Please like, tag, share, subscribe on YouTube, and watch all the previous episodes that we had. And we got to have our thousand subscribers and 4,000 views. So come on and help us out. We would greatly appreciate that. And we're going to be back next year. We're going to be back in January with the show's going to look a little bit different, and but it's still going to be spectacular. And we're going to have some guests on that are going to give you keys and tips, just like this year, to elevate yourself to your next level. I'm so excited. I can hardly wait. But we're going to take this little bit of a break to revamp and see how we've grown through this year. And I'm so glad that you were here with us. So I wanted to say some things that I learned this year. I learned perseverance, discipline, consistency. They go hand in hand. And with this show, I really had to learn it because we had a lot of things going on, especially in the beginning. We went through a little bit of challenges with our producers and everything. But through it all, we had to learn to trust God and to just kind of go with the flow. We stressed out. We're human. We stressed out when things went wrong, but we're learning. We're learning to trust God and just let God handle it. We can't do in our strength. He's already got it done. So I just want to say, trust God through it all. Knowing yourself that you're enough. Everything that you need to do, whatever you need to do, is already inside of you. You just have to grow and let it come out. It's called building character. Grow, let it come out. Trust God. He got you. He got your back. I just dare you to try him. Just try him. You'll see. You'll see. And I learned patience. Patience with myself, patience with others, and to really just take that deep breath, take that deep breath, and do what you need to do. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. So we're gonna go to our Black History moment as we usually do. It's gonna be a little bit different, and then we're gonna come back with the NFL's most infamous, most infamous, isn't that crazy? Most infamous super sports agent, superstar sports agent, Mr. William Tank Black. We'll be right back. Guys, we will be right back. Hey, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for sticking around. Hey, did you happen to get your turkey and everything for this week? Oh man, we haven't even gotten that far yet. So today I think we're going to do a little bit of scrambling around. And I hope you can spend time with family today or this week. And if there's any kind of discrepancies or any kind of hurt feelings or anything that has happened through the year, maybe this is the time. Maybe this is the time that you could go ahead and kind of repair some of that damage. We are not promised tomorrow. Yesterday is already gone. All we have is right now, in this moment, because we could walk out of this door, get hit by a car, and it's over. So what we have is right now. Try to mend those fences if you can. Try to forgive. And if you can't forgive, that's going to be bad for you, not for the other person, but for you. Because when you forgive somebody, it frees you. It frees you up. The other person could be sleeping soundly in their bed, not even knowing that you have this going on. But if you can learn to forgive, it could change your life. So I want to let's move on from there, because let me jump down off the soapbox, and we're going to go on from there. Now, what made me say all this is that my birthday is in 9 days, and I will be 64 years old. 64, starting a brand new career with this on-air personality. And I am so excited. Like, this is another step in life. Now, I never thought that I would be in a chair doing this, but here I am. So at 64, I decided, when I was 20, 30, 64 didn't look like this or some of my peers. 64 didn't look like that. Now, I was like, well, let me see what 64 is looking like out there in the world. Because when I look at myself, and I don't see what my friends see. But I know that I try to take care of myself a little bit. We are living longer and better lives. We are living longer and better lives because we are learning how to take care of ourselves and exercise, eat properly, just try to get some sleep, which is very important. And so I wanted to go to see some of my peers. I hope they're my peers. I'll feel very glad to know that they're my peers. So when we come back, we're going to go with Story Time with Donna J. And right now, Story Time with Donna J. Okay, so guess my producers, like I said, are both out, so I'm kind of running all the board and everything. So y'all be patient with me today. I'm trying to run the board and everything. So I'm going to put my glasses on. We're going to do story time so I can see. And Let me see who's in the comments first of all. Y'all, I love y'all. You guys are so awesome. I just want to see who's in the comments and who is talking with us. Okay. So I see. Oh, Vince Johnson. Hey, Vince. Ricky Pruitt, Gwen Diamond Kinlaw, they're watching. Thank you, guys. Hey, Ricky. Ricky Pruitt says, hi, Don. Hey, Ricky. Okay. So we're going to get back. Please, guys, you guys got to ask questions and everything to Tank. When we get back, we're going to talk to him. Please ask questions and everything. But right now, we're going to do story time with Donna J. Okay, so, here we go. All right. So my first what I did was I looked up some fabulous women who are in their 60s. And whether you know they're in their 60s or not, I'm about to present them to you. So here we go. First up we have is Gayle King. Gayle King, 67, TV personality, author, broadcast journalist for CBS News, co-host on CBS Mornings, editor at O Magazine. Miss Gayle King, 67 years old, 67. And of course, if we had Gayle, you know we couldn't slide by without this one right here, Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey is 68. She's a talk show host, TV and film producer, actress, author, and philanthropist. Now, who doesn't know Oprah? Oprah is 68 years old. Can you believe it? All right. Okay. All right. Let's see who's next. Now, this lady right here, I grew up with her like in the 70s. And y'all, it's Miss Chaka Khan. I feel for you. 69 years old, Chaka Khan. She was born Yvette Marie Stevens. She's a singer, songwriter, and led the group Rufus in the 70s. And some of her favorite and famous hits, or some of my favorite songs are Feel for You, Feel the Fire, Ain't Nobody, I'm Every Woman. Yes, and she just had recently done a verses with Miss Stephanie Mills, and Chaka looked fabulous. She looked fabulous. So Miss Chaka Khan, 69 years old. All right. Now we're going to go to a legendary superstar's mama, the mama of Beyonce herself, Miss Tina Knowles Lawson. Miss Tina is 68 years old. Miss Tina. She was married to Matthew Knowles, and they got divorced, and she married Richard Lawson, the actor from, if you remember the movie Poltergeist. Oh, he was the black guy in Poltergeist. Oh, I had such a crush on him back in the day. Well, Tina Knowles is a businesswoman, fashion designer, philanthropist, established Darion, which I know a lot of people wear Darion, and Miss Tina by Tina Knowles. So Miss Tina is doing her thing at 68 years old. She is fly, fabulous. Look at her. Okay. And next, you some people may know her, but some people may not. But I'm going to throw her up here on the screen. Iman. Do y'all remember Iman? Iman is 67 years old. She was born Zara Mohammed Abdul Majid. She was born in Somalia, and she was a supermodel back in the 70s and 80s. She strutted the runway. She was on the cover of Vogue and Harper's Bazaar. And as black women, when you saw her picture on the cover of the magazine, you were like, wow, she's so beautiful. I just want to be her. But she was very, very good at what she did. And she also married, if you can see in the little, in the picture over there, she was married to the late rocker, sensation, superstar, David Bowie. So Iman was married to David Bowie, and he passed, and she is living life here at 67 years old, Iman. Now, the next woman is somebody that we have learned to love to hate in movies. Y'all, it is the one and only Lynn Whitfield. Now, Lynn Whitfield is a TV, theater, and film actress. She's known for Do You Remember? A Thin Line Between Love and Hate with Martin Lawrence and the Josephine Baker Story. She was on Greenleaf. Oh, see, now y'all know. Eve's Bayou did a movie, and then we all remember her as the nasty mama in Medea's Family Reunion. Yes, 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 yes. Miss Lynn Whitfield is 69 years old and looking fabulous. Looking fabulous. And that leads us to the next diva, the diva herself. Here we go. Miss Jennifer Lewis. Jennifer Lewis. You all know Jennifer Lewis. Jennifer Lewis is 65 years old. She's the mother on Blackish. She is the mother of. She's deemed the mother of Black Hollywood. That's right. She's an actress, singer, theater performer. She's done films, TV, everything. So she was in movies like Beaches. She was in Sister Act. What's Love Got to Do with It? The Temptations, Think Like a Man, and the list goes on and on and on. She has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and she can still kick her leg up in the air like that. Go ahead, mother of Hollywood. Yes, mother of Black Hollywood, Miss Jennifer Lewis. Yes, girl. And she's also an author because she wrote a book, so I wanted to throw that in there too. She is an author. Okay. And last but not least, we have Queen Mother, Wakanda herself, Miss Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett is 64 years old. Angela Bassett is looking fabulous. Did you go see Wakanda Forever? If you didn't, please go see it. It's fantastic, just like Ryan Coogler would make. You know, Ryan Coogler has done phenomenal with these movies, and I'm so proud of him, and I'm so proud to see the work that he puts forth and the actors and actresses that he has brought together due to because Chadwick Boseman passed away. Some people wanted Black Panther replaced or recast, and some people didn't. Marvel said they will not recast him, and we all sat back and said, what are they going to do? Well, if you haven't seen Wakanda Forever, please go see it, and you will see exactly what Ryan Coogler did. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so those are our, oh man, those are our queens. Those are our queens in our 60s. So I am looking forward to, kind of living my best life in my 60s too, because those women are rocking and rolling, making a difference each and every day. And man, I just want to be among the number. I just want to be among the number. So, and I did want to say Angela Bassett, some of her movies, if you, How Stella Got a Groove Back, Meet the Browns. She has 3 black reels, an NAACP Image Award. She's a director, producer, actor. She's doing it all. But we just know her right now. We just want to love her as the Queen Mother in Wakanda Forever. So thank you. Thank you, my beautiful queens, for doing what you do. You make us all look good. You do. You make us all look good. So that is our little known Black History fact this week. And, I some of the things I knew about them and some of the I didn't as I went along. And I'm so glad that I knew these women could see their work and was familiar with them. But some people didn't.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Okay, so we're going to go and we're going to get into this interview with William Tank Black. Can you wait? Are you excited as I am? I'm very excited because there's so many questions that we missed on the first time, and now we get to go back and we can ask him some more questions. So, guys, just stay tuned. When we come back, we will be talking with Mr. William Tank Black. Woohoo! Come right back. There he is. It worked. Hey, Tank. Oh, wait a minute. I think I have you on mute. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. All right. Can you hear me?
There we go.
There we are. There we are. I am so happy that you had time to come back today to do this, to do part 2 of this fabulous interview. People have been asking me, they ask me more questions. Well, what did he do about that? Well, what happened with this? Well, did he do this? Did he do that? And I'm like, let me see if I can get him back, and then he can answer those questions. I don't know. So I'm so glad that you were able to come back and to sit with us this afternoon.
Well, it's my pleasure. I'm glad to be here.
Well, we're so glad to have you. And for people who probably they may not have been here last week, 2 weeks ago when you came on. Can you just run a quick bio of who Tank Black is? Who is Tank Black?
Well, I'm just a little kid from Greenville, Tennessee, a small town, and I love the game of football, so I'm a football freak. So I played football and pretty much was an All-American high school player, All-American college player, signed with the Atlanta Falcons, came back and coached college football for 10 years. And so that's been ingrained in my system. And then, of course, I left college coaching and I went to the sports business as an agent. Then I became a super agent. My first client was Sterling Sharp, and only had the one client. And then shortly thereafter, I signed a Heisman Trophy winner Barry Sanders. And 10 years later, I had over 100 NFL clients at the same time. And so, but I'm really big in the community. I'm really big in spiritual things that we do. And I want my number one title, it's always going to be proud servant of Jesus Christ.
Amen. Man of God. Man of God. That's right. That's right. And that was one thing, because there are other things that you do, but like you said, that's the number one thing, being a man of God, because you are an author, you're a motivational speaker, you're a philanthropist, and you definitely believe in giving back to the community. So I wanted to ask you a couple of questions about that, and then we'll just kind of feel our way through today. And we have a lot of questions, and some people, guys, please ask questions of Tank. If you want to know, you asking me. I didn't know. So he's right here. Put him in the chat. Ask him. He'll tell you. His life is an open book. You know what? He wrote a book. It's called Tank. So his life is an open book, literally. So if you have a question you want to ask him, please put it in the comments and ask him. I'm going to run to the comments right now, and then we're going to get into this interview. So Phyllis Corley, let me say, Phyllis, happy birthday, Phyllis. Today is Phyllis Corley's birthday. Happy birthday, Phyllis. Woo-hoo!
Happy birthday.
Okay, so Phyllis, she said, hey, fam, Phyllis and James Corley from New York. All right, Phyllis is watching. Ricky Pruitt said Angela Bassett also produces for the TV show 911. So, yeah, she is a producer. All right. I know I'm going to mess this name up. Basmala Amini is watching. Thank you. Narayana Rao Kima. Good afternoon, madam. Yeah, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. Thank you for watching. Ricky Pruitt says, ain't nobody was my jam. Yes, that's a lot of people's jam. Yep. Ben Humad Rashid is watching. Thank you. Jennifer Sharp. Jennifer Sharp. Hey, Jenna. Jenna says hi. Vince says hello. And Ricky said hi, Donna. So guys, ask questions. So usually when we first start, we talk about your childhood, but we talked about your childhood growing up in Greenville, Tennessee, not Greenville, South Carolina, Greenville, Tennessee. Totally different thing, right?
That's right. That's right.
And so who were some of your influences? Some of the influential people as you were growing up, and as you became a young man and going into the sports world. Who were some of your influential people or your influencers?
Well, my number one influencer, Donna, was my grandmother. Okay, she only had a third grade education, but she taught me more about life than anybody else has ever taught me. She taught me about relationships. She taught me about being on time. She taught me about treating people the way I want to be treated, and not necessarily the way that. Don't treat people like they are. Treat them like you want to be treated. That's what she would teach me, and so I just learned so much from the character that she had. Her husband left her with 5 children, and she had to go through a lot of adversity. And I was a little baby boy growing up, getting to see that. And I think all of that caused me to understand, because she would tell me, hey, people are going to love you as long as you love people. And that was a really big lesson for me, because all my life, anybody who knows me knows that I don't care who you are, I don't care where you're from, I don't care how much money you make, what you drive, any of that, I'm going to show you love. That's who I am. And I think that's the thing that's missing in the world that we live in right now. Is that we just don't show people enough love and care, and we just don't talk to people enough. We don't say hi. We don't say, hey man, I like those shoes you got on, man. Where you get those shoes? We just don't do those kind of things.
Right.
And if you're going to be good in business or good at a craft, if you're good with people, you got a great head start.
Is that what made? I'm sorry. Oh, I was gonna say, is that what made you so good in the business and what you did? Is that what made the relationships that you built? Because it seemed like you had all these players, but you had a relationship with those players. It wasn't like you just signed them and you let them go. It was you signed them, you looked after them, you did everything for them. So is that what made you so good at what you did?
Yeah, I do believe that's what made me good at it. You know, I love the sport. That's important. Okay, so I never felt like I had a job. That's important. But building great relationships and maintaining those through trust is very important. And I know we haven't got to this question or anything, but that's why I wrote the book.
Okay.
Because I want people to understand the truth of what really happened. Because when I don't get to tell my story or even talk about it, then all of a sudden I have to put it down on paper, and I have to put documents from the court in the book and all that to show people that, hey, look, I ain't never stolen money from nobody. I ain't never took nothing from nobody. I lied to them. And that was a crime, and I admit to that. I should never have done that. Now, I did a lot of things out of the world because I started, instead of putting the focus on God, I was putting the focus on myself. I did a lot of things out in the world that weren't crimes, but they were things I shouldn't have been doing. And that's how God took my ego away and taught me great lessons.
Wow. So things that you shouldn't have been doing versus things that were criminal that they wanted to charge you with. I mean, that's a big difference in that. It's a great difference in that. So you wrote your book because you wanted to express to people what exactly happened. Was writing your book cathartic for you? Why did you feel like you needed to write the book?
Well, I was in prison at the time, and so I was reading books, and I just decided one day that, I've got all these experiences, I think I'll just start writing them down. And so I'd write a chapter here. It'd take me a while to write this chapter, and I'd write this chapter. And before I got out of prison, I had written 54 chapters, okay? Well, 54 chapters would be a 600-page book, so we had to kind of narrow it down. So we were able to narrow it down to 317 pages. But there's so many experiences that I had that I wanted to talk about. And the book talks about when I was a child. It talks about me growing up. It talks about me being up in Greenville, Tennessee, which I love East Tennessee, and being from East Tennessee because the people are so kind, and I have so many great relationships there. But it brings me all the way through, okay? And so it was just good for me to be able to write everything down and tell the true story of what happened, because when people get in trouble with our government, our government will make a really big deal out of it and make people think that you did all this and that and all this and that. But then later on, if you get cleared of all those things, nobody gets to hear about it.
Right.
I mean, people don't know. People don't know. People think I did all these things, but if they read the book, they would realize I actually did do all those things, and I got cleared of them. And that was important for me to do.
Yes, I mean, and even you were not even allowed to get in contact with your clients. You had to stay away from your clients. Now, with writing the book and everything, do you think that they were able now to understand what was going on? Have you had any contact with them since then?
They absolutely understand what's going on now. They've been able to read the book. They've talked to a lot of other people. It has made a big difference. And all I care about is I'm a really good character person. Okay, if I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Okay, if I can't do it, I'm going to pick up the phone and say, "Hey, look, I know I told you I was going to do this, but hey, I'm out here. I'm trying to get this other stuff done, and I'll still get done what I told you I get done."
Right.
And that's the way I've always been. And I'm not perfect. I don't have perfect wrong with nobody. But at the end of the day, my players knew that they could trust me. And in the government, when I say government, all of our government aren't bad, okay? But there's always some bad apples in everything.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's a police department, education department, there's always some bad apples that make everybody else look bad. And so, our government sometimes will maximize something that really should be maximized, because they're trying to get some extra notches on their belt. They want to be congressmen and they want to get up in politics. So sometimes we get caught up in that.
And that's a shame. So with you being on the inside and seeing some of the things that happen, the things that happen to you, what do you think is wrong with our judicial system? What do you think is wrong with that?
Well, number one, our judicial system punishes too many white-collar crimes. It punishes too many white-collar crimes. In other words, we have all these crimes that are violent crimes, but yet they'll punish people for smoking marijuana, for stealing $50 for doing all these things. And so at the end of the day, they should be punishing people who are a threat to our society.
That's right.
Those are the people who should get long prison terms. If you commit a violent crime, you should be going away. You may not ever come back.
That's
right.
the
way it should be.
Yeah.
Because we want to be protected. We want to be safe. But why would you take a white-collar person and give them 20 years and then take somebody who went in and shot up a grocery store and give them 15 years? What kind of sense does that make? It doesn't make any sense. And so the emphasis should not be, it should be on violent crimes, number one, first and foremost.
Right.
The other thing that's wrong with our justice system, it's just always going to be skewed against people who don't have enough money. And minorities. It's always going to be. It's always going to be hurting those people. Okay, because we don't have enough character people in our justice system to stand up and say this has to be equal and the same for everybody. It can't be Mr. Rich Guy's son committed this crime and we're going to let him have some probation, but this gentleman over here who doesn't have any money committing the same crime, we're going to give him 10 years. Can't be that way. But that's the way it is.
Yeah, and I remember you saying last time that what you were accused of because you lied. Martha Stewart did the same thing. They gave her 5 months. They gave you, 15 years.
5 months.
Mm-hmm. And that's
I
crazy.
got 144 months, but I didn't serve that year. But we did the same thing. We did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Wow. Now, do you think, okay, so going back to your sports career, do you think that because you did something that was phenomenal, that had never been done before, you had 5 number 1 draft picks, and was it 1999? You had 5 number 1 draft picks in the first round. It had never been done before. Do you think that put a target on your back?
I do. I think that a lot of agents, one agent in particular had one of his best friends was an FBI agent, and that FBI agent is the one who came and started investigating me and charging me. So yeah, I think that did put the target on my back. I'm not here to, I'm not here to say I'm innocent because I wasn't innocent. Because I lied to them, that was enough for them to give me some time.
Right.
But it should have been 3 to 5 months. That was what the guideline was. Okay. But what I am here to say is that even though I had to go to prison, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't take it back. If God says, "Hey, take, you can have your aircraft back, you can have your big homes back, all your money, everything," I wouldn't change it. Because I wasn't living the life that God wanted me to live. And that's where the problem came in for me. And I realized once I was in prison, I couldn't believe I was in prison. And so, but it hit me one night that I realized that God actually put me here. He put me here because I wasn't living my life the way He wanted me to live it. He'd done all these great things for me, given me a lot. He thought I would honor Him with them, and I wasn't. I was putting the spotlight on me. I was a lot of great stuff in my community. Yeah, I was doing all that. But at the end of the day, I wasn't honoring God the way I should have been honoring Him. And that's why I really ended up in prison. Because nobody can take your blessings. If you don't hear anything from me, anybody who's listening, nobody can take God's blessings from you. Only you can do that. Only you can do that by not being obedient to God. Man cannot do that for you. And so if you just keep your eyes on the prize of what God has to offer you, you'll always have a great life.
Wow. And you were in prison for 8 years, or about 8 years, 7 years, 10 months, and 16 days.
16 days. That's exactly right.
Somebody better play that number or something. I don't know. So, but you got out, so that your term was actually shortened. So, how did you actually get out? Like, I know you said you spent a lot of time reading, and last time you talked about being in the library, that the warden let you go into the library. So, what was your experience from there? So, how did you get out early? How did you get out?
Well, I went to the warden, and I wanted the warden to let me be in charge of the law library because I never spent a day in jail in my life, and so I didn't know anything about the justice system. I'm completely green. I don't know anything, zero. And so I knew that I had open cases. Well, the judge in my case froze all my money, so I couldn't even hire attorneys. Wouldn't let me hire attorneys. And so I'm sitting here, my money's frozen. I'm going to have to represent myself. Well, I don't know how to do that. So I make the deal with the warden to be in charge of the law library. So now I'm in the law library now from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night.
Wow.
And I'm studying and learning and studying and learning. And so now all of a sudden I understand how to write my own motions. I understand the evidence that I need to present. I understand what goes into doing a really good motion against some of the things that I've been accused of. And so in the beginning, the judge in my case ruled and said that I were involved and sent it to the appeals court. The appeals court upheld it and said, yep, he owes all this money and this is all what he did. But then by the time I finished doing all of my motions and sent those motions back to the federal court, the court came back and reversed all of it. Wow. And said he never did any of it. He never did any of it. Now, I know that only God could do that, okay? I couldn't do that. I know only God could do that, something that powerful.
Yes.
Okay? But God allowed me and helped me to be able to go to that law library and know and understand how to write those motions. That was so important. And so, yeah, I'm so thankful for that.
So, why and how did you represent yourself in a successful appeal? Because you had to appeal that. So, why and how did you do that? Yeah.
I had to file motions from prison. I had to be able to get documents from, let's say, the banks in Colombia and the places I was getting them from. Normally, I would be able to get that stuff in one day. It might take me 6 months to get something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but that's how long it might take. And so, but by the time I got everything that I needed and I was able to present it to the court, it was just hard for the government to argue against it because I had the documents showing that I gave the players all their money back. I had the checks showing where each one of them got all their money back. So now you can't say I took anybody's money. And so that's how that went. And then when somebody goes on probation, they come out of federal prison. They call it supervised release. And my probation officer wrote to the court and said, hey, listen, I got a lot of people that I'm working with that I need to supervise. But Mr. Black is not one of them. He shows up on time. He does exactly what I asked him to do. He every time we test him, everything's clear. He doesn't smoke or drink. He doesn't do anything. And I need him to come off early because I don't need to spend time with him. He doesn't need supervised. And so I was released from supervised release early because my probation officer just said, hey, look, he doesn't need it. Well, I never needed it. I never needed it because I'm not somebody who's going to commit a crime or do something that would cause me to really go to prison. And even when I lied, I didn't think that would cause
It was going to prison, right?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think that was just one little simple lie. I just said I didn't. This was what my lie was. They asked me did I know this drug dealer, and because he'd been on my plane before, and because the draft was coming up in 5 days, I said no, I don't know him. But I did know him, and he had been on my plane, and so that was a lie that I told. And so I didn't think that would be a big deal, but when they want to make it a big deal, it is a big deal. Okay.
Because they wanted you, and they wanted you so bad, But it was God.
I offered. I said, well, what are you guys saying that somebody lost? They said, well, it's $12 million. And I said, well, I ain't never took no money from nobody, but I'll pay the $12 million. I'll go ahead and give you the $12 million. And they said, no. We don't want the $12 million. We're going to get the $12 million from you anyway. We want you. Now, that told me right there that
bye. Like, bye.
Yeah, I'm in trouble. Yeah. I knew I was in trouble when they told me that.
That is a lot. Now, you said that while you were in prison that God took your ego away, because you had, like I said, you lived a fairy tale life. You lived a life that most people, this poor, coming from such humble beginnings to where you were living the life of a fairy tale. Things that dreams are made of. People aspire to these things. And then you said God took your ego away while you were in prison. How did that happen? What was that experience?
Well, the reason I say that is because I've always been a goal-oriented, success-oriented type person. Okay? And I've always wanted to be able to achieve things. If somebody said, "Oh, you're not going to be able to do that," you're not going to be able to do that, then automatically I wanted to be able to do it. Okay, and so I want people to know that I was able to accomplish certain things. Okay, And God took that away from me when I was in prison because I understood that everything that I was able to accomplish, it was because God had allowed me to do it.
Yes.
It really didn't. It really didn't have a lot to do with me at all. It just had to do with the fact that I was obedient enough to be able to listen to Him and go out and work hard. Okay. So yeah, God took my ego away. I don't have any ego when it comes to talking with people. If somebody says, "Hey, what do you think about this? Who do you think is better? Do you think Jay-Z's better, or do you think this other guy's better?" I'm gonna say, I just think both of them are great. You know, I don't know enough about. I don't know enough about it to be able to tell you, give you an honest answer to something. I just don't have much ego. I want to be successful, but I want other people to be successful with me. Okay,
Yes.
and so in my business, you know, that I'm in. As much as I want to be successful, I want more for the people that are with me to be successful. Because I know that if I can help them be successful, then I'm automatically successful.
That's it.
And if I can be a great role model for those type of people, then that's even better. And don't think that because you have to go through some adversity, or you have to go to prison, you have to, or something bad happens to you, that you can't come back tomorrow because it's a brand new day.
It is.
It's a brand new day. And as a matter of fact, it's just a brand new life. Tomorrow is a brand new life. And so I've been through, I could write a book about adversity. I truly could.
Well, we'll be looking for that.
Yeah, but that's a really good thing because I already know that I can overcome anything as long as I've got God right here beside me. I know that.
Amen.
And man's not going to be able to stop me from. I'm the exception. Most people that come out of prison, it takes them forever to have any type of success or money or all those things. I've been blessed with all of that. And so I'm just so thankful.
When you came out, what did you start doing? Because a lot of people, when they come out, it's like they're kind of lost for a minute. They don't know, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And sometimes they end up going right back. Not in your case, which we knew that we know you weren't going to go back. However, what did you do? Like when you came out, what did you do? Because you've been 8 years is a lot. It could be a lifetime for some people to be in that long.
Well, yeah, I did a couple of things. I had owned a computer type company before I went to prison. And so when I came out, I went to work for that computer type company because everybody had to have a job. But then the NCAA came to Columbia after they had read my book, the National Association of Collegiate Athletics. And they wanted me to go and speak all over the country to colleges and universities. And so that was a big deal. And they were going to pay me $5,500 every time I went to speak.
Wow.
So I was fortunate enough to be, and I can thank my fourth grade teacher for that, because when I was in fourth grade, my teacher, she wanted me to be in an oratorical contest, and I was like, no, I don't want to speak. I want to speak in front of people. I'll play basketball, I'll play football, but I don't want to speak. And she's like, oh no, it's going to help you. It's going to help you. One of these days, you're going to be a good business person. It's going to really help you. And sure enough, I agree, because I just like her as a teacher. And it's one of the best things that I've ever done, because it gets you out of your comfort zone. So me doing that as a fourth grader, then, and I continued to speak even growing up, then all of a sudden I go all the country speaking.
Wow. You should put that to good use. Now, one of the things I wanted to ask you was within the prison system, because we hear, the horror stories about the prison system. We hear that there's no rehabilitation really in the prison system. There's nothing good about it. How were you treated in prison?
Well, when I first got to prison, I think people inside prison, the inmates, and even the staff, I think that they thought that I was going to be this person who was acting like I was real highfalutin and I was like this superstar person and I was, going to be hard to get along with and all those kind of things. And I was, of course, the opposite. Okay, I got to know people. I played cards with people. I bought probably 1,500 pair of shoes for inmates because they needed shoes and sweats and help people get money for their phone to be able to call their families. And so people knew that I was a down-to-earth person. You could actually come to me and say, "Hey, Mr. Black, I need some help with this," and I'd be like, "Yeah, I'll be able to help you." And so I was, for those reasons, everybody treated me really well, whether it was whites, Mexicans, blacks, whoever. Everybody just treated me really well. Would come and ask me all kinds of questions about sports and stuff like that, and I'd spend time with all of them. And so from that standpoint, I was treated very, very well by all the inmates and all the staff.
Oh, that was good. I mean, that was good because there are a lot of, did you ever fear for your life while you were in there or anything like that?
No, never.
That was wonderful. So with all that, because like I keep saying, you lived the fairy tale life. Tank, what was the cost of your success? What was the cost? What price did you pay for having that success and not doing it right?
Well, people think that prison is not a hard place. Okay, it is extremely hard to be in prison, and the reason is because you take a person like me. For example, before I went to prison, I would come home from work, and about between 5 and 5:30, I'd come home. And I'd come at the dinner table, eat dinner with my kids, and then go over their homework with them. That was like every day when I was in town. I would be right there at dinner table. Well, but when I went to prison, now listen, I can barely talk to them on the phone because you only get 300 minutes to talk. How can you, if you got kids, how are you going to talk 300 minutes a month?
Wow.
How are you going to do it? And so I lost my wife. I had been married 19 years when I went to prison. Okay? And I lost my wife. All the birthdays, all the Thanksgivings, all the Christmas, all the everything that you dealt with in your life, they're gone. You don't get any of that. Okay? You might get a visit. Okay? And so when you have to go to prison, you're isolated to the point where it's like your life stops. And it's just put on hold. And I write about it in the book. Okay. And so prison is a very difficult thing. And I think that our judges and our judicial system, because they don't have to experience it, they think that by putting people in prison for a very long time, that especially non-violent people. Okay, I'm all for putting violent people away.
Right.
But when you put non-violent people in prison for a long time, then what you're doing is you're okay. And I don't really want to talk a lot about money, and I'm not trying to brag about money, but I was making $20 million a year. Okay.
Fairy tale.
$65,000 every day. Okay. Well, you put me in prison. Okay, I'm paying taxes. I'm paying like $6 million in taxes. Well, you put me in prison, and you're paying $75,000 to put me in prison. Instead of the American people getting $6 million from me in taxes, you're actually paying to put me there.
Wow.
What kind of sense does that make?
None.
Am I dangerous to the community? No way. No way I'm a danger to anybody. Okay. So yeah, that's a big problem right there.
Wow. And I wanted to touch on this just because this is all related here. You and some of your some business partners were looking to purchase an NFL team. Is that correct?
That's correct. It sure is. Well, the way that came about is I was in the travel business, okay, and And I met a guy named Hal Rosenbluth, who's with the Rosenbluth International. They had $1 billion travel agency. He and we got to I built a great relationship with him. We were a much smaller travel agency. And I sat down with him and I explained to him that, look, we're so small, we're not any kind of competition with you, but we would like to partner with you because we'd like for your people to train our people. And back then, President Clinton had put in some incentives for minority type businesses to work with majority businesses, and the majority businesses would get more businesses. And so I explained that to him, showed that to him, and showed him how we're both going to win from this whole process. And we did. We picked up AT&T, Bank of America, DuPont. I mean, we picked up some really big clients. And so one day we were talking, and he said, "Look, the Philadelphia Eagles, I think they can buy the Philadelphia Eagles." And that was something that just hurt my ears way up. You know, wait a minute, what do you mean? He says, hey, they're trying to sell the Eagles for $185 million.
That was like chump change to you.
It really was. Because the bank was going to do $125 million of it. We were going to do 60 million. So it was three of us. Okay. And we were close to doing this deal to buy the Philadelphia Eagles. Now today they're worth $5 billion.
Oh,
$5 billion.
Ooh,
Okay. So we're going to buy them for $185 million, and today they're worth $5 billion. And so when they came to me with the charges, I begged the government, please let me just pay this $12 million. And let me just get this deal done. Please let me do this. But I think that they knew that I was trying to do it, and they didn't want me to do it.
Oh, no. You can't have that. You cannot have
but
that.
I do talk about it.
Yeah, I mean that. Right, and that that's phenomenal. That at that time, it just seems like you just had a target on your back from whenever that happened. When things started to, when you started to show that you could play ball with the big boys, then they wanted to show you that you shall not. And because I cannot see that, a lot of sports agents were doing the exact same thing that you were doing. Truth be told, they were doing the exact same thing, but did not get a target on their back, did not go to prison, did not spend, not one day in prison, did not, their livelihood was not interrupted, nothing. But you, and so much time to give you. So.
But it changed my life.
Yes, it did.
So I'm better because of it. I'm stronger because of it. And so I think that when I look back, I have a big family, and I can remember me being in prison. I write about this in the book. I write about how my ancestors, who mostly were women who had already passed away, there would be times that I would feel this strength. I would feel this strength that I didn't know where I was getting it from. And I felt like it was coming from my grandmother, my aunts, those people who had been taking care of me all my life. And I couldn't explain it. And so I'm sorry. I couldn't explain it. But there were times when it was just like all my stress just went away. And so I would go read a book and start writing and feel like I wasn't even in prison anymore. But one of the things that I prayed about and I thank God for is that I'm glad that it was me who had to go to prison. Not even my brothers or sisters or even my other family members, because I could do it. I can really do this. I'm fine. I'll be okay. Because I know this is not the end for me.
Right.
So I'm thankful that there wasn't any of my kids or or any of my other brothers and sisters had to endure what I had to go through.
Wow. And like you said, you are better and not bitter. And there's a lot of people that would not and have, do not feel the same way that you did. But so I'm so glad that your experiences made you better and not bitter, you know. So,
Yeah, and you said something, and it's true, and that is that we have to be able to forgive people. And when you forgive people, uh, it lightens your load. It gives you peace. Uh, it doesn't have anything to do with the other person. It has to do with the fact that God says, hey, if you want me to forgive you, Tank, you're going to have to forgive others. That's what God is saying to all of us. Okay? And so it's important that we're able to forgive other people because none of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. You know, we all fall short, and it's just going to happen. And so if we're able to just go to the person and say, "Hey, look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I did to you," or "Hey, don't worry about what you did to me." I heard a young man that I had taught and tutored, and bless his heart, he's not living anymore. He died when he was 50 years old. But without him saying some of the negative, untrue things that he said, I never would have went to prison. I never would have went. But when I got out, I saw him, and I think that it made me nervous, and I walked over to him, and I said, "Hey, look," and I'm not going to call his name, but "Hey, look, don't worry about it. It's over. And whatever happened, it happened, and I forgive you, and you ain't got to worry about it." And he was shocked. He was really shocked that I said those things to him. But I think that it made him feel better. I know it made me feel better. And so it's important that we're able to forgive people.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Because, like you said, it's for you. It really is for you. And it's not a selfish thing, but it's really for you and not the other person. Although it can bring relief to both of you. It can bring relief to both of you. So one of the things I really wanted to talk to you about, one of the things that you are so adamant about is giving back to the community. You have been a philanthropist when you were being a sports agent. You were a philanthropist, and you still continue to be a philanthropist in the community. Why has the theme of your life been giving back to the community, and why is that important for all of us to give to the community, be active and give to the community?
Well, one of the things that's really important is that, okay, we have a lot of young people, okay? And those young people are going to end up being the people who run the world that we live in. And so it's important that we mentor young people. It's important that we give money to organizations that support young people. And so that makes a difference in our communities. Okay, when I'm driving my car and I see somebody young, I always stop and talk to them. I stop my car and I say, "Hey, what's your name?" I say, "Don't be afraid of me, man. I live here in your neighborhood." I say, "What's your name?" And they'll be like, "My name's Barry." And I'm like, "Barry, how old are you?" He said, "I'm 8 years old." I said, "You doing good at school? Are you listening to your teachers?" I said, "You do a good job now. You listen to your teachers to do everything they say. And one of these days, you're going to be successful because of that. Be kind to people. Are you kind?" And they're like, yeah, I am. So when they see my car, they already know I'm their friend. That's the reason I do those kind of things. But yeah, it's so important that we are able to support our community. There's older people that need help. You know, I'll go somewhere and I'll go to Miss Jones's home and I'll say, "Miss Jones, here, me and my grandsons, they here, we're going to mow your yard, we're clean up around here, and we're going to go get you some groceries. So I want you to give me a list of what you need. Now, if you don't give me a list, I'm going to get what I think you need. So you need to give me a list." Okay. Those are the kind of things that are so important. Okay. And then I'm in the insurance business where we help people fund funerals. Well, everybody needs to be able to do that.
Right.
everybody needs to fund their funeral so that they don't have to leave that burden to people back when they die. Because those people that you love, you're just leaving that cost to them. And so that's what we do for a living. We do it with Ted Wilson from UBI, who built the greatest empire of funding funerals of anybody that I know. And so, if you, which I know that you do need it, if you're on this call, you need to inbox me on Facebook, and so that we can talk to you about helping you fund the funeral for your parents, for your loved ones, or for yourself. It doesn't cost much at all to do that.
How much?
But it's an asset.
Right. How much does a funeral, just a regular standard funeral, how much is the cost of that these days?
Well, it's in relationship to the check that you might have when you go in there, first of all, okay? If my daughter goes in there with a $100,000 check, it's going to cost about $50,000. But a normal everyday funeral is going to cost about $12,000.
Okay, so right off the bat.
Right off the bat. And so if you're having to pay $40, $50 a month, that's no big deal. But if you got to come up with $12,000 to $15,000, that's the problem.
That is,
and that's what we want. That's what we want. We don't want people doing that. It doesn't make any sense. And you know what? We're all going to die.
That's one thing we all have in common.
We don't have to worry about whether or not we know that fact. We know we're leaving here. We know that.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, we are all going. So, and you're talking.
Last love letter you get to send to your people that you love. That last love letter is you having something that says, "Hey, I already took care of that. Y'all don't have to worry about it."
And I really, I can relate to that, because if you see right back there, let me see on this side, that little globe there, that's my mom. So, but she had everything. We didn't have to go in our pockets looking for this and looking for that, and we got and because she had already prepared. She had already said how she wanted to go. She said, so she was prepared financially, and she had her little service. She wanted her songs. She wanted certain songs sang and like that. And I think next year, May 5th, is when she passed away. I always say she left on Cinco de Mayo because she wanted to have a party, so she left on Cinco de Mayo. So we're going to go down to, she wanted to go to take her ashes to Hilton Head or someplace and scatter them in the water. So that's what we're going to do, and in honor of her. But it could have been very stressful, to say the least, if she hadn't prepared us prepared for her homegoing financially. Everything was taken care of. All we had to do was put everything into place. And I mean, everything costs. The casket, if you're embalming, even you even got to think about the programs, because people want to have the programs, the obituaries and things. That's a cost as well. It may not be a huge cost, but it's still a cost. So
we have
everything.
Consumer Guardian Society, Donna, that goes in and they price shop everything for you, so that it doesn't cost much. Because if I buy a used car, I don't know how much that used car costs. I have no idea. They bought that used car for $1,500, and now they're selling it to me for $7,000.
Right.
Well, our advocate in the funeral business, they know what everything costs. So they're going to drive the cost way down anyway. So it's going to cost, it ain't going to cost you $15,000. It may cost you $5,000 or $6,000 the cost of their, what they know about all the funerals. So,
Yeah. So
I don't want to be a dead horse on that, but guys, let me tell you something. People are dying out there, and they don't have any coverage.
That's right.
And none of you want to be in that situation.
No.
And it's our job to keep that in the front of your face, to let you know, we told you. All you got to do is spend a small amount of money to get a really strong package for that funeral.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's nothing wrong with us being there's nothing wrong with it being in our face, because it is something that's inevitable. That's, if you don't look at it, just like our finances, we are not good stewards over our finances. A lot of us are not good stewards over our finances because we don't have that relationship with money. or the relationship we do have is poor. It's a very poor relationship with money because we're not taught. We're not taught. It was never taught to us how to make your money be your employee instead of your employer. So the same thing with this business of when you die, you have your or when you're going to die, or a loved one passes. You gotta know it. Don't be afraid of it. Go ahead and find out all you can about it, so that when the inevitable happens, you're prepared. It's all about preparation, y'all. All about preparation. So don't be afraid of it. I can't think about. I don't want to think about dying. I don't want to think about my mom dying. I don't want to think about my kids dying. I don't think of what. I don't want to think about me dying. I don't want to think about mortality. You have to, because if you don't, and something happens to you and you don't think about it, you leave that burden to your family. That's not fair. It's not fair, and it could be a hardship. So
really big hardship.
yes. You think once you die, you're gone or whatever, but you leave that burden to your kids, sometimes your grandkids. No, it's not fair. It's not fair. So let's do better, people. Let's do better.
Okay.
Let's do better. So, Tank, something I wanted to ask you, and we're going to come back to that, but something I wanted to ask you about, there are, like, my sister, Pinky, producer Pinky, she's not here today, but my sister has an athlete, okay? Crystal has done a lot of stuff. Her name is Kate Crystal. She plays basketball right now, and she's in the 11th grade. Now, if she were looking to make a career out of basketball, and I'm just saying, I'm just using if she was going, what should she be looking for? What should Pinky and parents of these student athletes be looking for when they have this gifted child and they need representation? What should they be looking for in the sports agent that is inevitably going to come and say, I want to represent your child, especially if they're highly gifted? And then we're going to talk about some highly gifted athletes that you came in contact with.
Okay. Well, what she would want to do is, if she's going to make a career out of basketball, it would be in the WNBA. Okay. And so she would want to contact the WNBA and get them to send her a list of potential agents that she could interview that could help her with her career. That's that simple process. Yep. And when you choose an agent, what you want is honesty and accountability on everything. You want to know everything that they're doing. You want to let them know the first time you're not honest with me, I'm firing you. I'm getting rid of you. Because I'm putting my trust in you. Okay. And so you want honesty and accountability from you.
Wow. And I mean, it seems like it's so simple, but it's so, I'm sure that it's very, very difficult to find somebody that you mesh with that, it's not easy, that puts your child and the family first of all, because it's a lot. When I was doing the research on it, right now they said there was over 900 sports agents, just 900 in the United States, and I'm sure there's more than that, but that's what the number that came up was.
Yeah. And it's funny because there are more than that, but 10% of the agents represent 90% of the clients.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
It's the top 10% that represents most of the clients.
Wow. So we were just talking about gifted athletes, and you even though you were with the NFL, you had a client that was in the NBA, and he was a gifted athlete, Vince Carter. What was the relationship, and how did that come about that you went from the NFL to the NBA to this particular athlete?
Well, Vince was definitely a gifted athlete, no question about that, and an outstanding person. And so a friend of mine in Florida called me and said, I have a relationship with Vince's parents, and I can get you a meeting with them if you'd like to look at Representative Vince Carter. And I said, well, yeah, I'd love to have a meeting with them. And he said, well, it's going to be tough now because you don't have any basketball class. I said, yeah, but I think I got an angle that they might really like, that I think is important. And so, and I do talk about this in the book. But when I met with them, the top basketball agents, the top 10 basketball agents had about 90%, like I said, of all the clients. Well, I didn't have any basketball agents at all. I mean, I didn't have any basketball players, at all. And so, what I sat down with Vince's parents, and I explained to them that I've got 100 football players, 100, okay? And I'm able to get these players endorsement deals and all kind of deals and bring them all kind of money, extra money outside of the game of football. And I've got 100 of them, okay? But if I had Vince Carter, I'd only have one. See, I got to worry about making all these guys happy over here on the football side. But if I had Vince Carter, I don't have to worry about getting him every deal that came to the table. And I didn't have one person to worry about making happy. Now, if you go with some of these other NBA agents, they've got multiple type players, and so now they got to worry about sharing and making all those guys happy. But if you go with me, you're going to get all my efforts and all my time because I don't have any basketball players.
Wow.
And that was a big sell for them. Okay, it was a big sell, so much so that after I signed Vince Carter, I was going to sign Tracy McGrady, who's Vince's cousin, okay, who was another great basketball player, okay. And the mama did not want me to sign Tracy McGrady, and she agreed to up my fee so that I wouldn't sign another NBA player at the time.
Wow, that's his cousin.
That's how valuable.
Wow, she didn't want the cousin to get on. That's something. That's something.
I won't say much about it, but you read that book, you find out a lot about what happened in that situation.
Wow.
I had to sue some people over all that.
Man, and you have look. He's talking about his book. It's called Tanked. And we really want to get this book into people's hands who want this book. So Tank, on our last show, you said that they could get in contact with you personally through your Gmail. And it's Tank Black News 1. Is that correct?
The number one at gmail.com. Or they can just inbox me on Facebook. I have a whole bunch of books coming in. That'll be in, I think, the end of this week coming. And if you go, I prefer that you don't go on Amazon. You can get the book anywhere. But if you want an autograph copy, then I'm going to be the one to send it to you. So if you inbox me on Facebook or send me an email, then I will make sure I'll look for you.
Get the book. Get the book. I could hardly put it down. It is exciting. It will give, there's so many things that we've just touched on a little bit that he goes into such detail, and he lets you know really what really happened. You get the news stories and everything, like what happened, why he went to prison and everything, and you're going to get a different story than what he's telling us today, which he has documentation in this book of everything. I asked a very well-known sports legend in Colombia what he thought of the case and everything, and did you get a bad deal? And he said most definitely. So just talking to people, a lot of people know that you got a bad rap for not for the lying, because you pay the price. However, the price was very steep, and I think how I feel about it is that you got a bad deal. However, it's not a bad deal if you came out knowing that God is everything. Like, you can do nothing without God. And he will give you, once you come back to him, It's like the prodigal son. You come back to him, he's going to open his arms, he's going to help. Will everything be easy, peaches and cream? No, he didn't say that. But he did promise that he would be there. He did promise that he would be there. So
And it's not always about. It's about lessons learned in life. Okay. What are we learning about our life? Because we're heading toward a place where we're going to pass on. And so, what are we learning from it? And what are we doing about it? And are we making this world a better place? Is that what we're doing? Well, I'd like to think that every day I go out to make this world a better place for everybody that comes in contact with me.
that's all and that's all we can do. So let me ask you this question. What advice would you give would you give a inexperienced, naive Tank? What advice would the polished, seasoned Tank Black give to the inexperienced, naive, 18-year-old Tank Black?
Okay. Number one advice I would give Tank is that keep God at the forefront of your life every day. No matter how much money you get, no matter what material things you get that He gives you, make sure you keep Him in the forefront. Because if you don't, He's going to take them from you anyway. Okay. The other thing that I would tell the young Tank is you can't trust everybody. Okay. And trust has to be earned. It takes a little time to lose it. You can lose it in a moment. Okay. But it takes a long time to gain it. And back then, if somebody told me there was a fireman, I believed that they were firemen. Okay. And because I believe what people told me, I invested in some things that's not what they were doing. And I didn't do, even though I did do some due diligence, I didn't do enough of it. Okay. And I didn't ask enough questions. And then the last thing I would say is that there's nothing that you cannot overcome in life by just making the decision that you're going to keep moving. And old Tank has learned that. Okay. We always, listen, all of us have a story to tell. All of us have been through things in our life, good and bad, and we've been treated bad. I mean, all of us have been in these type of situations before.
Right.
Well, but we all are in a position where we can overcome anything. We just have to decide that's what we're going to do, and we're going to do it with a smile.
That's
I'm
right.
not here to complain about going to prison. Prison is over. It's
done.
I'm not that person anymore. No. But did I learn from it? That's the question. Did I actually learn from it? And I could truly say I learned a great deal from that experience, and that's why I wouldn't take it away. That's why I'd say, hey, I'm going to wipe that away from you. I'd be like, no, please, just let me just take me from where I am right now. I'm good. I'm good. Okay.
Wow. It seemed like you lost some, but you gained so much more. We're talking with Mr. William Tank Black today here on Elevate with Donna J, and I'm so glad that you guys are here with us. He's been giving us keys and tips and knowledge to help us to elevate ourselves to our next level. And we're so glad that he was able to join us today. If you guys, I'm just going to check the live chat because I checked that. Okay, let's go to Washington. Luis is watching. Thank you for joining us today, Washington. Thank you for joining. Deborah Dixon. Hey, Deborah, how are you? Thank you for watching today. Janice Johnson, my sister, my heart. She said, hi, family, and she's watching. And Bobby G. Black is watching. Do you know Bobby G. Black?
Bobby G. Black is one of my greatest influences because he was like my brother. He was my first cousin, but he was like my brother growing up and has taught me so much. And he's actually Pastor Black.
Oh, Pastor Black. Well, welcome, Pastor Black. I hope you enjoyed running through Tank's life story with us. We certainly enjoyed it. And if you have something that you want to say, go ahead and drop it in the comments before we get ready to go, because we're getting ready to land this plane, as we say. And we have really been so blessed and honored to talk with Tank Black today. I'm so grateful to Vince Johnson, Vince, for telling me that this guy has a fantastic story. You need to interview him. And when I asked him, he was immediately, was just gracious and humble. And he was just like, oh, yes, I will do it. So I appreciate that you did that, Tank. So,
and Donna, let me tell you something. Vince Johnson is one of the greatest relationship builders I've ever seen. And I consider myself a great relationship person, okay? I think Vince got me beat, okay? He knows everybody, everybody loves him. All I got to do is say, hey, look, I'm a friend of Vince's. They're like, oh, come on in.
He is. We worked at Delta together for a while. Vince is... he's probably going to say, why are you saying this? But he's charming. He's honest. He is, he has $1 million smile, which gets your heart right there. He's got this $1 million smile. And, he wants you to win. Whatever he wants you to win. And that's the one thing that I always known about Vince. Vince and I have sat for hours and just talked about what I wanted to do in life and what he used to do and how he's doing. He was like, you can do this, And I'm like, no, Vince, no. But he was like, yeah, you can do it. And, he was right. He was right. And so that is one of the relationships that I value so much is speaking with him, talking to him. I can't say enough nice and good and kind things about him. He's a 100% brother. So Vince, love you, dude. Love you. And thank you for this. So what do you, with the funeral business, is it a funeral insurance business? What else are you doing out here in the community?
I just build relationships. That's more what I do. I build relationships. My main focus right now is just this funeral business where we help people fund their funerals and for just a little bit of money, and that makes people happy because when they have somebody pass away and they know that they took care of this,
right?
That takes a tremendous burden off of them, and I get to do it with one of the legends in this industry, and Ted Wilson at UBI. He truly is a legend in this business, and I get to do it with Lincoln Heritage Insurance Company, which is the #1 final expense insurance company in the world. So it's A+, all the way around.
Well, we're going to try to get him on next year when we come back. We're going to try to get him on, and we are going to talk to him all about, funeral expenses and what people need to do, to prepare, what they need to do to prepare, because a lot of people are unprepared. And this is happening each and every day, and it's stressful, and it's just not fair to your family to leave them into such burdens, financial burdens.
It takes 15 minutes, Donna. It takes 15 minutes for us to go through the app, put all the information in, get it done, and it's over with. Now, it takes 15 minutes, okay? We get house insurance, we get car insurance, we get dog insurance, phone insurance, we get all this stuff, but we don't get something knowing that day is coming for sure.
For sure.
We don't get it. Yeah, for sure. So it doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense.
And maybe he'll walk us through the process, when he comes on. He can walk us, because that's one thing that people, they don't do things because they're afraid, because it seems like it is it's more than what they can comprehend at the time, and they're afraid to do it. Well, this could be like you said, 15 minutes, simple, easy process, and boom, it's done, and you don't have to think about it anymore. So I definitely want to try to have him on and talk to him about that. So we will try to see.
I can walk everybody through the process now. But he's a legend. He's a legend in this business. He knows more about this business than anybody I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm really thankful. No, I'm very serious. I know as much about coaching football. I know as much about coaching football as anybody, no matter who they are.
Wow.
Okay? And I know a lot about the Bible, but I know so much about coaching football because I've been playing football all my life.
All your life.
This guy he's the interest guy. He really is. He's the accomplishments guy. He's been in this industry all his life. Never done anything else.
Wow.
And he's built it up to a $50 million business a year. I mean, it's just crazy, what he's been able to accomplish. So yeah, I would love to be able to get him on here and have a chance for Dr. Wilson, Dr. Ted Wilson to come on and people know his story because it's phenomenal.
Well, we're going to try to make that happen next year when we come back. That's one of the stories we really want to hear, so we'll be in touch. But let's see. Oh, Vince Johnson said, thank you, guys. You're welcome, Vince. Gwen Diamond Kinlaw said, thank you, Mr. Black. And that was Washington Louise is watching. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure I got all the comments there, because we're getting ready to land the plane now. But before we do, we have something very important. But I want to ask Tank, first of all, is there something that you want to leave with the family for this year?
We all have one life to live. And we're so blessed to be able to have a chance to live the life that God has given us. And we're in His image. Where our world is right now is so upside down that there's not enough love, there's not enough kindness, there's not enough people who care about other people and show it. And I would challenge each of you to show so much kindness and love, because if we're going to get that world turned right side back up, it's going to come from people who show love. And we know from just the Bible that love conquers all. It conquers a multitude of sins. It conquers all. And so I would just challenge all of you to show love to people, show kindness to people as we enter Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays, because more people die in this time frame than any other time of the year, because they feel lonely, they feel isolated, they're just not getting enough love.
Well, thank you so much, Tank. And I want to ask you one final question. Okay. Who's your pick for the Super Bowl?
Oh, man. That's a good one right there. Let me see. Who would be my pick for the Super Bowl? When I was a sports agent, I never would pick teams because I got players.
Right.
Yeah. So, and I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan because I used to live in Dallas, and I know a lot of people be like, "Oh man, you're a Cowboys fan?" Yeah.
Oh man.
Because Jerry Jones' son and I have become really close friends, and that's what caused me to be a Dallas Cowboys fan. But I don't know. I think if I were guessing, I'd say the Philadelphia Eagles, because they've got a jump on the NFC, and I would say the San Francisco 49ers in the West. So that would be my two teams. Yes.
Wow. Pinky will love you. Pinky is a die-hard Philadelphia Eagles fan. She is die-hard. When I tell you, she's earlier today she was watching the game, but we lived in Jersey for a while, and I mean we tried to run over to the stadium. She played flag football with a team because she's loved football like forever,
Oh, okay.
and she Philadelphia is her team, so she gonna love you. She gonna love you with that, and Tank. There's another Tank Lawrence on Dallas. He went to school with my daughter Jenna.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Silver
Okay.
Bluff
He's a
High
really
School.
good player.
Silver Bluff High School,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah,
So,
that's right.
yeah.
That's right. He's a really good player for Dallas.
Ooh, he was paid the highest for what he do. I was like, Jenny, he's the best at what he do. You know,
Yeah.
he was getting paid. He was getting paid. But yeah, so I had to ask you who was going to be your pick. So, and speaking of Jenna, I'm going to play something right now. Jenna's birthday is tomorrow, and I think she's
Happy
still
birthday,
on.
Jenna.
Jenna, this is for you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
She's a great daughter. She's a great mom. She's hardworking. She's doing everything she can to keep her little family together. She just had a baby 4 months ago, and we gonna start calling him Tank because that's a big boy. He's a big boy, and and so we might have a basketball player and a football player that came out of Jenna. So we're gonna see.
All right.
But anyway, Tank, thank you for being with us on our last show. This is our last show of the season, and we're so glad that we could end on such a positive and upbeat note with you coming back and just kind of reliving your life for us and letting us know that we can move on and to keep moving forward. So we'll see you in the next year. Family, I want to thank everybody who has come on, watch the replay. Please, when you look at YouTube, because we're on YouTube, we have a YouTube channel. Go over there, like, and subscribe. We want to try to get our 1,000 subscribers. So come on, help us out now, and let people know that that they can watch all our shows on YouTube. We're loading them in slowly, but you'll be able to watch every one of them starting from January till now. So, family, thank you. It's Thanksgiving. Be safe. Show love. Like Tank said, you got to show love. Show love in this Christmas season. And if you know anybody that needs help, lend a helping hand as best you can. We all need help sometime. And this is the hardest time of the year when people really need some help. So if you know somebody that needs some help, try to do what you can do. Get together with some of your friends or whatever and try to help somebody that's less fortunate. We all can do something. So we'll see you in the next year. Tank, thanks again for coming out. We appreciate you. And we will see you, family, in the next year. This is Donna J from Elevate with Donna J. We'll be back next year with maybe it looks a little bit different. We'll have a little bit different look, and we'll have still some exciting people to come on to give you those tips and those keys to give you those tips and those keys to unlock the doors that will help elevate you to your next level. Once again, this is Donna J. I'll see you next year.